And we are back here at 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey. It is the Tuesday edition of the Morning Buzz, and we are excited to have an interview with Boardroom Skate right now, which Boardroom Skate is a Montclair-based organization aimed at providing girls with a comfortable skating environment to empower women and non-binary people who are comfortable in a woman-centered space. Today, we are joined by the founder, Olivia Carney, as well as other Boardroom Skate members, Sophia Chapman, August DeVord, and Emma Belsky. I'm sorry if I just butchered any of your names, but thank you so much for joining us all today.
Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for having us.
How are you?
We're good, I think.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited to have you all. And for our listeners that might have just been hearing about you guys for the first time, tell us a little bit about what Boardroom Skate does and how you came up with the idea.
I mean, well, we really just want other girls in our community and non-binary folks who do feel comfortable in the women-centered space to really just have this safe place to come to every weekend, have that constant reminder that they are going to have that space to skate in, so we can all just enjoy ourselves and, not worry about those prejudices and things like that. And I think it's been running for almost a year now because we started in August. So this upcoming August would be that year.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. You guys started this during the pandemic too, right? Right in it had already been, you said August, it's already been a couple months too. Was that kind of do you think that made that process harder for you?
I think it definitely did.
That's
yeah, but of course we took all the safety protocols, but I think everyone really needed something. We all needed a safe space and something to do during the pandemic where girls and non-binary people can get out and do this good activity.
Exactly what Sophie said. I think it was kind of a blessing and a curse with it was harder, keeping things safe. We were really worried about that. But it was also I think more people came because people needed an outlet and a way to express themselves and get outside.
That's true, especially in the middle of the pandemic in the summer. You just needed a little break, something to do. That's awesome though.
It definitely helped me. I mean, just getting out there and doing a sport, hanging out with your friends, but being able to keep that social distance and keeping things safe. So
yeah, I'm assuming that would have been probably the hardest aspect, right? With keeping that health and safety stuff going on too. Obviously you guys had to wear masks and obviously try to keep your distance, but you also want to make sure everybody's being safe while riding a skateboard and stuff like that too, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, even when I help other girls, I always make sure to use hand sanitizer in between, if I have to hold their hands or something like that. But we actually canceled the events in November and then brought them back a couple months later because they're going on now. But we just stopped because COVID was just really picking up and we didn't want anybody, to get it or anything. And then we ended up having people register so that we wouldn't reach the capacity of 50 people for outdoor events. But then the governor made it to 200. So nobody was getting to 50 anyway. So
that's good to know.
This sounds like a pretty big group. How did you find all of these people? How did you reach out to them?
So we started just telling our friends and by word of mouth and just posting on Instagram a little bit. And then it just kind of spread to other people, and then more people started interviewing us, and it just got out to a larger crowd, and it got out of Montclair too. We've had people all over around Montclair and around the other towns surrounding us.
Yeah, some lady came from Staten Island the other day.
Wow.
Which I thought was
people have definitely reached out to us more than we've reached out to them, honestly.
Yeah, it has not been hard to find girls or non-binary folks who want to come to the events. And I think that's the most striking thing about it is we didn't have to reach out to people. We just had to make a post on Instagram, and then there was this whole group of people who wanted to come to our event. So that shows that there is that there are people who do want to skate and didn't feel comfortable before doing it.
Yeah, I have to say it's something to me that I never thought about the fact that there wasn't really an opportunity for girls and non-binary folk to actually feel free to express themselves in skateboarding. in those kinds of activities. There's just nothing like, everyone always just assumed, oh, we go to dance or we do that. And this is like really awesome. And especially that you guys are all high school students, correct?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Ben, I think you were going to chime in and say something.
Something that I find very fascinating is how you guys are able to have such a good social media page. Like, I think that you have the little nice little cartoon drawing that moves with the skateboard. I'm sorry that got, I was like, ooh, I was like, that's so cool. And I think that was something that was really cool. I like how you guys take some really nice shots with the skateboards and the wheels off of them. I have no clue how you guys are able to put the wheels back. That seems like you problem, but I think that's really cool, and you guys really market and publicize your group so well. Who's the one doing it? Is it like collective? Is it just one person?
I mean, I founded Boardroom Skate, so I kind of took on all of those responsibilities. I like having control sometimes, so I like doing everything myself. So I am an
You and
artist.
Amanda would be great friends.
I'm an
Where was
artist.
I just thinking that?
Yeah, Olivia does all the drawings for it.
Yeah, I make all the flyers and I do all the social media. We have a Facebook, we have an Instagram. I actually I curated the website, through, a source. So I was like able to add all the pictures and like have people register on there. So yeah, it's been really fun, like, curating this whole business.
I also think like the reason our social media has been successful and like very well put together is because we're in high school. So like we kind of have that understanding of like what people are looking for, and like most people that come to the events it's kind of geared towards like high school age people and people who are like more in our generation. So like being able to understand social media in that capacity, I think makes it feel more real instead of just some like big production manager trying to like relate to a younger generation.
That's
And
true.
also, I think that you guys at your generation are way better at social media than any person else that does it.
Yeah, and I know we were already just talking about it with Ben, but I know Caitlin was mentioning earlier too, that your logo, just in general.
I mentioned that to Amanda. Like, I really like your logo, and I was just, did you do that yourself, I'm assuming, but was it like a idea you had right away, like this is going to be the logo, or was it something that you were back and forth between ideas? Or
It was absolutely not the first thing I came up with. There were many drawings that were done, but my mom actually helped me like formulate this idea of Boardroom Skate, because it does represent a woman with a tie at the head of a boardroom table, which is a skateboard. And she's holding like a cup of coffee. So yeah, I think it's like going against the norms, and it represents us.
I love that you have like a little story to go along with it too, because I think that like hearing that from you, it's just such a unique, more perspective on the logo for sure. And yeah, I love it. And for anyone that's not not watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube later, if you're interested, you can see the video of Olivia wearing her shirt with the logo on it and stuff, if you're curious of what the logo looks like. But what has been like your favorite part of coming up with this? What has been your favorite part of, for the other members that may be being involved in this, what has been the best part of this?
For me, definitely watching this like grow, and because it started with just like a few kids, like a few skaters, and then it's grown to like 50 kids, like at just one event. And I think that's just amazing, because we give them this opportunity to like learn how to skate, or like continue like skating, and like giving them this community of like skaters where they can like make friends with, and like we could just like share our passion with them. I think that's just like a great thing to see, and like just see them enjoy it this much.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Sophie on that, because I mean, there's a table that we set up at the front of the event where everybody comes, and that's the first thing you see. And it used to be like just me, Sophie, August, and Emma just sitting there, maybe like one other girl, and we just talk and stuff. And it's grown to like at least over 10 girls that come over there and sit with us, and we're all talking. So it's kind of like we've just built like this little community of girls who just want to be like in a friendship. Like it's just a little friendship that we've got going.
Yeah, I think like another like really exciting part is that like we can all learn how to skate together. like all the time at the events. Like there's no pressure by other people, so it's like, oh, I want to learn this new trick, and you can like grab your friend who like skates similarly to you, who has like the same interests in skateboarding as you, because there are like different styles, and you can be like, hey, I want to learn this new trick, let's do it together. And that's like super uplifting. And so it's like you have each other to lean on and depend on and like learn together and create together.
I was gonna say, like, similarly, like I do a lot of like the filming and getting clips and stuff for Boardroom. So I think one of the like craziest things to see is like just how like I have like a pretty like tangible record of like how people are improving, and it's like really like fun to watch how like Boardroom kind of fostered this like really great learning environment for people to come learn how to skate, and like even just it helps like push us too to want to skate better and learn new tricks and stuff like that. So it's definitely cool to see like not only how the like kind of collective itself has grown, but also how like we have grown individually.
I think that's like an awesome way to look at it. And I love that, like, I know we mentioned you guys were in high school earlier, but I think it's awesome that you're just giving back to the community in this way, and that you are like, and I know it seems like, oh, well, we're just teaching girls how to skate, but like, it's so much more than that. You're really like, a lot of people, like a lot of times, especially in this last year, we've been more focused on ourselves. So to see that this emerged during the pandemic, and that you guys were able to help others like enjoy a craft that maybe there wasn't as many opportunities for.
And also, I just want to add, skateboarding is very hard. So nice.
Yes.
I cannot. I've tried before. It's very hard.
Yeah, and to help people like that, like maybe just might be starting out and stuff, that's already a task in itself. So like that's awesome.
I mean, that's actually one of my favorite parts is there's always a new girl that comes to the park and the events. Their mom comes up to me and they're like, my daughter's new. This is her first time at the event. Can you help her like learn how to push? And I'm always the one to like go and help those little girls learn how to push and learn how to skate for the first time. And it's really rewarding because they get so hype about it. They're like, oh my, I did it. Like I did that. And I'm like, yeah, you did. You can do that.
Yeah, that's
I thought you were about to tell me that it's annoying. I thought you were about to, and then they're like, can you teach me how to push? And you're just like, oh my gosh.
No, I love it.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I think like I remember like the first trick I ever learned on a skateboard, Olivia taught me, and like after learning it, I was so excited and I just like immediately fell in love with it and like never wanted to stop. So then it's like I can see the same excitement that I had when I was first starting in like younger people, which is so cool because I can like recognize myself and see like how these people can be growing up with skateboarding and how it can gain their confidence and gain their like motivation, which is super awesome.
Yeah, and like August has only been skating for a couple months and just so much improvement. Like she's so good at skating. And like those little girls that, you know, she relates to, they're looking up at her now and like getting inspired by August. So it's like you can learn to skate in a couple months and you can get really good. And it doesn't really matter when you start. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's also super cool to watch. Like we've had like moms come into the park and like get on the skateboard and like pull off some crazy stuff, or like even just like older like young adults that like want to come and like hang out and like learn how to skate or work on skating. Like I feel like it's really like, yes, it's like definitely more impactful maybe for like some of the younger people, but like everyone's getting something out of it. Like everyone's, you know, learning and growing. It's kind of cool to see like a wide variety of ages, and we're just like all coming together to like do something like essentially we love.
Now, do you guys skate every day? Like, is it like no matter what the weather is, like it could be snowing and you guys still go out there and find a way to skate? Or is it like you have to have it on good weather?
I definitely try to skate every day. Just because like that's the best way to improve is to skate every day. I have lost a lot of skateboards to rain because I've been like, oh, it's fine, I can just skate in the rain, and then it'll get like water damage, which sucks. But like weather definitely plays a part, but that also is kind of what like East Coast skateboarding is like adapting to the weather. Like
yeah,
I don't want to be a person that only skates when it's nice weather because it's like more than that.
yeah, it is. like during the winter, I didn't really skate that much, but like I'd say I'm pretty busy, but like skating every day is really important, or every other day at least, because that's the only way you can improve, is you're skating every day.
Now, so just out of curiosity, because Ben just brought up that point. So what is a typical day when you like have the skate sesh? How does that like go with bringing all the girls together? Is there like a certain routine you guys follow when you guys are doing that, or like how does that work?
So it's not really anything to it. Just like everyone just comes at different times, anywhere from like 10 a.m. to 12. And there's no like check-in anymore because it got raised. Yeah, but everyone can just come at random times and just free skate, and we're just there to like help them, like provide free waters and like masks. They don't have them.
Yeah, I would say the table at the front is probably one of the most important things, because we have like, I think 8 complete skateboards set up that we made at like this board build that we like had donations for and stuff. And so now we have like 8 skateboards that if you don't have a skateboard, if you can't afford a skateboard, you can come and take a skateboard for the event and like learn how to skateboard. So I think that's really awesome. And we're always talking to people up there that have questions or anything like that. So I think it's really important to communicate with the people that come to our events so they know what we're about, and like that we will embrace them. And we do get a lot of like roller skaters. So, it's anybody with wheels.
Yeah, like me, Olivia, and Sophie usually get there at like 9:45 to set up everything. And it's like we used to come a lot earlier because there'd be like a lot of trash that we would clean up, but it's gotten better.
And now, do you guys take out the whole, like, is the whole space just dedicated to Boardroom Skate, or is there other people skating as well and you have to kind of work around that?
I mean, there are sometimes guys in the morning and like we kind of kick them out. Sometimes people travel like to come to the Montclair skate park, and I have to tell them there's, a girls and non-binary folks event going on right now, so you kind of have to go. And they'll be like, oh, I didn't know you rented out the space. And I'm like, oh, we don't. It's kind of just about morals. So if you want to, stay and be annoying, okay. But
Olivia, I love that. I love that you control. You're like, just get out.
It's always so funny. We're like, when like a guy comes to the park, we're like, Olivia, you gotta like tell him what's up. Like,
yeah, we have like, a little debate about like who's gonna talk to the guy and tell them like you need to go right now.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any like pushback from that?
Yeah, a few
All
times.
the time.
Yeah, like a few times. Most people are understanding and like get it and like are like, oh, that's cool. But some people are just very annoyed and like, what the heck? Like, there's
well,
no
because they're not really they're getting told to leave. when you didn't rent it out, I'm not surprised that they're gonna be like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
I mean, at this point, it's like Montclair culture. Like most people in Montclair know about Boardroom. They know not to go to the skate park. It's mainly just people that are from out of town and come to the skate park not knowing that these events are being held. But also, it's only 2 hours in the morning on a Saturday. Like, I really don't think we're asking for much.
Yeah, no,
And
I get that.
It's super early in the morning too, when like barely anyone is there also. So
Yeah.
it's like, and there's like a bunch of stuff in the surrounding area. You could like get a bagel or coffee while you wait for like a little bit, just so like girls can have a safe space. It's not like that crazy of an ask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
only
mean,
people we get beef with are like the tennis people. That like.
Oh my gosh, we have vendettas against them.
Those darn tennis players.
No, a big like part of the Montclair skate park is that like it's a tennis court and that we share it with a tennis court. So our main pushback is from tennis players getting like mad at us for playing music or like for being too loud.
You guys are gonna watch tennis matches and just get mad just when you watch it on TV.
I would never watch a tennis match.
Serena Williams is no longer a fan. You guys are no longer Serena Williams fans.
Wait, guys, I don't want to ostracize Serena Williams right now. Like, we need her.
Yeah.
Well,
as a former tennis player, I totally understand why we need a skateboard in Montclair. So.
Well, unfortunately, we've actually reached the top of the hour here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, New Jersey. Thank you, Boardroom Skate, for joining us this morning. And if anybody is more interested in learning more about Boardroom Skate, like where can they find out more information?
they can either go to our website where we have most of our social media, or our Instagram has a lot of, information about our events and things like that. Or you can join our Facebook group. Everything is Boardroom Skate. So boardroomskate.com, Boardroom Skate Instagram, and Boardroom Skate Facebook page.
Thanks. Thank you for joining us today. And to anyone listening, if you missed any part of today's show, you could tune back in on Spotify or Apple later today, or YouTube. But from Amanda, Caitlin, Ben, and Emma, and the whole Boardroom Skate team, thanks for tuning in here at 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, New Jersey.